Folks, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. I'll explain. Number one, it's absolutely free. Means you don't pay a dime out of pocket. Number two, you can use creation tools to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, like I'm doing with my phone. Number three, if you want to hear it on multiple platforms, Anchor can do that for you. So you can hear it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, among others. And the thing is, you can make money without anybody listening. As little as that. And everything you need to do is to make a podcast is all here. To get started, please download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. You'll be glad you did. Good morning, it's game day. Tonight, 7:30 ABC, number 7 Miami takes on number 1 Clemson up in Clemson, South Carolina. Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, Allison Williams, ABC. Joe Z, DBJ, Josh Darrell, 560 to Joe. Alfredo Alvarez, Jose Martinez on Unánimo Deportes in Miami. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we know what we're up against. We are up against a team that has won 5 consecutive ACC titles. 2 of the last 4 national championships. 4 of the last 6 years, they have been in the national championship game. Not to mention 5 straight ACC titles. This team is 58-4 since 2016. This is a perennial, consistent top 5 team we're facing tonight. They have the 2 best players in college football in Etienne and Lawrence. As Manny said during the week, the motivation is to cover charge. When you play a game like this, motivation is just to cover charge. Once you get in, Clemson is going to play very hard. They are very disruptive and aggressive on defense. They are going to run every front and every coverage, and they are going to play extraordinarily hard and be very physical. If you don't match that, you can forget it. You don't have a chance. Now, it is about who can function within the framework of the offense and the defense. If you sit there and look at the logo on the side of the helmet, that's what got us in 2017. That was when we were in the ACC championship game. We were awed on the moment. You have to focus on doing your job, and if our guys do that, then it could be a football game, and it is about who can protect the ball and win the explosive plays. Now, Manny talks about protecting the football. Rain is in the forecast this evening up in Clemson. Protecting the football, ball security, that is vital. That is vital. How much have we improved since that 2017 38-3 beatdown that Clemson gave us in Charlotte to win its 3rd of its current 5 consecutive ACC titles? Now we have to get those questions answered tonight. How much have we improved? We know what we're facing. You know, this is big. This is the biggest game of Manny's career. I've made that no secret this week. In interviews I've done before as a podcast and with Miami Flow Football yesterday. My keys to the game, and I said then, I'll say it again, my keys to the game tonight are as follows. 1, we have to pressure Sunshine. And the way you do that is with our front. Can we do it with just 4, or do we do some different looks in this game? Number 2, we have to finish tackles. If you saw it last week against Virginia missed so many tackles on that one play from Etienne. You know, that is one thing we have to do tonight. We have got to finish tackles. We have to make plays. what Clemson does, they are vulnerable, especially at linebacker. BJ and Will have got to have a big game tonight. Also, get the chain out, I say twice. Like I said, we have to get the chain out. I say a minimum twice. We have to create turnovers. The chain has to be on the next of the defense. At least I say minimum twice. But I say anything over 3, plus 3 in the turnover margin, we win for sure. Mistakes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make absolutely no mistakes. We cannot be committing 17 penalties for 169 yards, as an example, up there and expect to win. That will not get it done. In a game of this magnitude, folks, experience matters. They've been here before, we haven't. And when I say we haven't, is this group hasn't. Clemson has been here in these spots many, many times before. We know one thing we must do. We have to start fast. But the tight ends are going to need to come up big tonight. I mean, if you saw Virginia last week, Virginia, what they did against Sunshine is they got home a couple times, but let me tell you, we have the defense. Q, Jalen, Jade, Ford, JHH. That front has got to get to Lawrence early. We have to get him off his game. Do not let Sunshine be comfortable in that pocket because he will pick our secondary apart if he does that. But the main thing is we've got to, like I said, when I say finish tackles on ETN, when he gets the ball, I need to see 3 or 4 guys on him immediately. Do not let him get to the second or third level consistently. We have to get there. That's the key for me. That's the key for me. The question I have always asked all week. But now when I look at the other side, the trenches. Now they say that's going to be a battle. Of course, Jalen 2.5 tackles, 1 pick. Q 5.5 tackles, 2 sacks. And Clemson only has 1 starter back, and that's Carmen. And I tell you, Jackson, McFadden, no, it's going to be a 4-quarter battle. We have to win that battle against McFadden and Carmen. We have to win that battle consistently. They're going to try to make Derek as uncomfortable as possible. We have got to protect King as much as we can. We have to make sure their DT, their freshmen Breesy and Davis, who they get back tonight. Pace, tempo is going to be key in this game. Clemson's gonna throw to ETN. They're gonna do that. We've got to know where ETN is at all times in those situations. They're gonna try to get the ball to ETN early, and of course Sunshine. He's been in this spot before. Derek King hasn't. And this guy's not going to get rattled easily, so our front has got to get to Lawrence early and often. As Lawrence said, and I quote, the whole philosophy of our program is this is the biggest game of the year because it's the next one. That's how we treat every game. And of course, we know this is, like I said, this is the biggest game of Manny's career. Let's make no mistake about it. My prediction. Thought about this all week. There's a question I keep asking myself. Are the Canes ready for the big moment? As I said, Clemson's been here. This group hasn't. Dabo's been in the big moments before, many times. Manny hasn't. In a game of this magnitude, experience matters. Clemson has the two best players in college football. And I think in the end, experience matters. My prediction, Clemson 31, Canes 27, Sunshine and ETN come up big on the final drive for the game-winning touchdown, in my opinion. Back tomorrow with the game wrap-up, report card, and I hope game balls. Win or lose, go Canes.